Hello, this is Patricia Brooks, and this is Courage Concept number 95. Sometimes going through the motions is exactly what you need. Now, I will say that when I was going through the motions in life, just kind of going along to get along, that was not a good place for me. But what I'm talking about here is something a little bit different. It's like taking a dry run. Last weekend, I had a flute recital. It was the first flute recital I had in over 30 years. And so I was a little bit intimidated, even though I'm a speaker and I can get up on stage and talk pretty much impromptu. Playing the flute was a different story. And so last week, before I actually played that recital, I decided I was going to take a dry run. So I first visualized in my mind at night before I went to bed, playing the 3 movements I was going to play and getting through them without having any problems. But then I was on my morning walk and I decided, I think I'm going to go over to the site of where this recital is going to take place. It was outside. It was going to be in a pagoda. And so I stood there and on this pagoda and I visualized playing my flute. So it was a dry run of my mind of sorts. And it felt good. I felt like, this is calming my nerves about this whole situation. And as I was returning home to my apartment, I realized that my mom saw the value of going through the motions, of doing a dry run. She would always tell me if I had a job interview, take a dry run out there to see where this location is so that you're not worried about getting lost before this interview and then being more nervous for that interview. And I remember a year before my dad died, my mom, my dad, and we went out to ING in Pennsylvania to find this location where I'd be interviewing. And it was far out and we got lost and it was a really fond memory for me now. But this is exactly what she was teaching me to do, was to take a dry run. And this was a physical dry run. It was not just visualizing. It was actually physically going there and seeing the roads and preparing myself to take away some of that uncertainty that could create more stress for me. And so it's a valuable, valuable tool. A lot of times we are uncertain or we don't take steps or we don't make progress because we are afraid of the uncertain. And oftentimes we are unable to do a dry run physically. And so it's valuable to picture yourself going through the motions successfully of this thing that you're planning on doing so that you get a sense of having already been there and calming your nerves. Sometimes going through the motions is exactly what you need. Now, this concept goes to the catalyst for cultivating courage, that is building self-confidence. Because let's face it, when we're unsure of something, we don't have the confidence that we would like to have. And when we can do a dry run, a physical dry run, we build our self-confidence. When we can't, we can still do that same thing. And we can do that by visualizing how things are going to go and how they're going to go well. And we can do that over and over and over again before the day comes when we have to actually do the thing. So I hope that you see the value in, number 1, taking a physical dry run if you're able to. Number 2, visualizing along with that, or visualizing if you are unable to do a physical dry run, and really kind of take away a little bit of that uncertainty that you might feel and some of that stress. Try this out for yourself and see how you do. And let me know how it works out for you. That is Courage Concept number 95. Sometimes going through the motions is exactly what you need. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.